Aloha mai. Aloha. Hela mai kaikeia. Thank you for joining us today. All of you have been practicing your oli because we're going to begin with our oli every day when we come into class. And this oli, like I taught you guys last class, is to prepare your body, mind, and spirit for learning. So we're going to start off with me leading, and then you will echo, and we'll do the whole oli 3 times through, okay? Eala e kahike.
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 E hume I ka malo.
E hume ka malo.
Ai I ka ai.
Ai ka ai.
Paali mai ka hoi.
Paali mai ka hoi.
Ahoia.
Ahoia.
Eala e kahike.
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 E hume I ka malo.
E hume ka malo.
Ai I ka ai.
Ai ka ai.
Paali mai ka hoi.
Paali mai ka hoi.
Ahoia.
Ahoia.
Eala e kahike.
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 E hume I ka malo.
E hume ka malo.
Ai I ka ai.
Ai ka ai.
Paali mai ka hoi.
Paali mai ka hoi.
Ahoia.
Ahoia.
Mai kai. So again, that oli is to prepare us, and it speaks of rising up, awakening with the sun in the east. Eala e kahike, to awaken in the east. E hume ka malo, we tie or fasten our malo, referring to the fishermen or the farmers of the days of old, preparing themselves for the day. Hume ka malo, they ai ka ai, they nourish their bodies with the food of the land. Ai is the food of the land. Ai also means to eat. So e ai I ka ai. Paali mai ka hoi, then they go out to their va'a, their canoes, and they hold on to their hoi, their paddles, and they hoia. So paali mai ka hoi, hold steadfast to your paddles, ahoia. And we're ready to start our class for today. So mahalo again for joining us. Our family is forever growing in this papa, in this class. And we're up to like over 400 households that are registered. And remember, if you don't get to tune in at the actual time of class, which is now the live time, we have them recorded, so you can tune in later. Now we wanted to see who are our students out there, as we always do. So we have a survey that's going to pop up, and we want to get the ages of our haumana. Haumana is our students that are out there from all around the world, and you can fill in your ages. And there might be 2, 3, 4 of you in front of the camera. So please fill in all those ages, and we can get a good idea of who our audience is today. Mai kai. And then later, we're also going to check in on where you guys are tuning in from. We have students from all the different Moku Puni, the different islands, which we'll be talking about today. We also have students from the East Coast, the West Coast, the Midwest. We have them from all over. We have some students from Aotearoa, throughout the Pacific and Polynesia. So it's quite a diverse classroom we have here. So mahalo for joining us. Oh, we have all kinds of ages. Look at that. 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 14-year-olds. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-year-olds, 39-year-olds, beautiful 7-year-olds. So parents watching it with their keiki, tutu watching it with their keiki. So beautiful. Mahalo for tuning in. Yay. So we're going to, of course, get ourselves even more ready by talking about our olelo no eau, which is our proverb, our ancient wise saying. And all of these olelo no eau I like to share because it really is a good, firm foundation to build our hale, our home upon. So when we're building ourselves as good human beings, we always want to remember back to these teachings. Now today's olelo no eau is ikava mamua, kava mahope, which means the past is in our future, the future is in our past. Okay, so it's really using the teachings of old, what we've learned from historical events or from our kupunas, our elders teaching from the past, and using that to move forward into the future. My husband, Hano Hano, always says, our future should look more like our past. Yeah, so that's where we want to be going, is using these teachings to lead us into a better future, because we know they worked. We had a lot of solutions for a lot of problems that were already in place around the world with indigenous people. So that is what I hope to bring to all of you, to heal our honua, to heal our planet. Okay, so I want you to take that thought throughout the day. Repeat after me. Ikava mamua,
Ikava mamua,
kava mahope.
kava mahope.
Very good. Mamua meaning before or the past. Mahope meaning after or the future. Very good. Mahalo. Tita, can you? All right. So we're going to move on and we're going to practice our piapa. We'll get our waha, our mouths, our alelo. It's your alelo. Yeah, your waha, your niho, all of that. Ready. Your olelo ready to pronounce the piapa or the Hawaiian alphabet. We have 13 letters, including the okina. So let's sing our piapa song, and you'll see it right up on your screen, and it goes right in that order. Okay, makau kau. Oya. A e I o u he ke la munu pive a meka o kina oya ka piapa. My kai. Very good. All right, let's move on to getting our mouths even more warmed up, and we're going to do the hakalama because we love the hakalama, and we're getting even better at the hakalama. So we're going to jam through this one time, okay? Because I know you guys know how to do it. First line are our short vowel sounds combined with our consonants. And then the next line after that, we'll have a kahako over it, which elongates, makes the vowel sound longer. So we're going to do that for every vowel, okay? Let's start from the top, and you'll see the little pointer falling along. Makau kau.
I.
Oh, yeah. Hakalama na pava aha. Ka la ma na pa va a he ke le me ne pe ve e he ke le me ne pe ve e hiki li mi ni pi vi I hi ki li mi ni pi vi I hokolo mo no povo o ho kolo mo no povo o hukulu munu puvu uhu kulu munu puvu. Beautiful. You guys are getting so good at that. I hope you have those charts up on your wall too, so you're singing it all the time, getting your waha ready to Olelo Hawaii. Now, next screen, we're going to move to Navala. Navala, the vowels of our English, and not the English language, the Hawaiian language is the same as the English language, where we only have 5 vowels, or voela. Now, in this chart, I combine the voela together to create a cluster sound. We would refer to it in the English language, right? In kindergarten, we start learning what does CH sound like, what does TH sound like. That's cluster sounds that you put together. So we're doing the same thing for our voela. Okay, so we're gonna start from the top corner, and you'll see the pointer falling along, and we'll start with our ahs. Makau kau. I. Ai. Ow. Oh. Very good. Let's go to the next line. Or e. Ea. E. Yo. My kai. Let's go to the next line now. The next lalani, the next row is E. Ya. Yeah. I. Yo. You. My kai. Next line. Oh. Makau kau. You guys are sticking with me? All right. Repeat after me. Wa. We. Oi. Oh. Oh. My kai. Now remember, we're really remembering to distinguish between the very loose sounds that would end with the O as compared to the sounds that are end with the U. So like ow and O, yeah, very, very different. We want to make sure we take our time to pronounce them correctly. Let's go to the last line, the U's. Ua, we, uo. My cut. You guys are doing great. We're moving right along. Now we can start venturing into our new content. Okay, so we're going to start learning about the Moku Puni. So let's practice the correct pronunciation because a lot of times it's mispronounced. So let's start from the top. Ni'ihau. Kauai. O'ahu. One more time. Everybody mispronounces that one, especially O'ahu. Oh, good. Next one, Molokai. Okay, there's 2 different pronunciations, and I'm from Molokai. actually from Oahu, Maui, and now Molokai. But people say it both ways on this island, and they refer back to their elders and their kupuna and how they said it, so we honor that. I was taught Molokai, but I'm not going to say that's set in stone and I'm the expert on all things, but for today's purpose, we'll pronounce the two, okay? So Molokai,
Molokai.
Molokai,
Molokai.
Lanai,
Lanai.
Maui,
Maui.
not Maui. Okay, let's say it the wrong way. Everybody say Maui.
Maui.
We're not going to do that again. Let's do it again the right way. Maui.
Maui.
Keep the mouth tight and in control. Very good. And then we go to Kaho'olave.
Kaho'olave.
And you can also call it Kanaloa. They all have different names, but these are the names that are on the map and we all refer to today. The last island or Moku Puni, Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Such a beautiful island. And it was so beautiful that Kamehameha said, we're going to name the whole Lahui after the island, my birth sands, Hawaii. Beautiful. Good. All right. So now we practice our Moku Puni. I want to talk a little bit about a mo'olelo. And this mo'olelo is the story of Pele and the Mako Kahai. Now, this book is one of my favorite books. It's called Akua Hawaii by Solomon Enos and Kimo Armitage. And it refers to the birthing of our islands. Kalani, can we go to the next slide with Pele and the Mako Kahai, please? And so Pele comes from Bora Bora. A lot of people don't know that. She comes from near Tahiti. She is the daughter of Haumea, the Akua that birthed the earth or the land. And then we have her Kane, which is Kane, who is the father of Pele. And so Pele had many different siblings, one of them being the Mako Kahai, who is an Akua of the ocean. And we also had Kamoholi'i, the shark god, and many other Akua, and they're all in this book. It's pretty awesome. It's called Akua Hawaii again. So this is an illustration of Pele Honoamea and her sister, Namako Kahai, right here. And so they got into a huge quarrel. And so she said, we cannot keep fighting this way. And can you imagine the lava and the ocean fighting each other, creating all this new land? And so she left. And with her, she brought her brother Kamoholi and said, you're going to help me find this new home. And Lona Makua, her uncle, gifted her with pa'oa, this fire stick, this digging stick. And he said, you will find your new home with pa'oa. So they went on their va'a and they sailed up north because they're coming from Bora Bora, which is like 2,000 miles down south. They come all the way up to the northern area of the Polynesian ocean area. And so they make their home on the Northwest Islands, and she puts pa'oa into the ground, and Namako Kahai follows close behind and extinguishes her fire with the ocean waves. And so she moves to Kauai, and she does the same. Namako Kahai again extinguishes her fires, and they follow each other through the islands. Oahu, Molokai. When she stopped at Molokai, they stopped at Kalaupapa, and she created Kauhaku crater. And the whole time, Kamohoali'i is accompanying Pele. He's loyal, and Pele, by the way, is carrying an egg right here in her bosom, her puli. And it's her baby Tita, her baby sister, Hi'iaka i Kapoli o Pele, which means Hi'iaka in the bosom of Pele. And so she's entrusted by her mother, Haumea, to hold this egg. And so she's running away from Namako Kahai, trying to make her new home. Namako Kahai is like, I don't think so. Ocean waves extinguish. Kamoholi'i is like, let's go, let's find a new home. So they move on to Maui. When they get to Maui, they go to Haleakala, and a great, huge battle ensues. And there's a place by Kahiki Nui, which is on the side of Haleakala mountain. And these final battles happen. And there's a place called Ka'iwi o Pele, where it's believed that Pele's physical body died. But Namako Kahai celebrated a little bit too early and said, the battle's over. But Pele's spirit continued to move on. And so even more powerful, Pele's spirit moved from Maui onto Hawaii Island. And she made her lua Pele, and finally on Mauna Loa. Some stories say Mauna Loa, some stories say Kilauea. But she found the Mauna, the highest Mauna that she could create. And Namako Kahai could not reach her with her ocean waves. And so till today, Pele finds her home, they say in Kilauea, in the crater of Hale Ma'uma'u, where it still erupts today. So that's a really, really cool mo'olelo of Pele and Namako Kahai. Now we're going to practice our mahina. We're going to look at the mahina and learn about the po mahina, or the moon phase for today. It's Mahelani. Yay, my favorite moon phase. It's the full moon. So can we get to the lunar calendar? So we have a lunar calendar that we refer to for a different po mahina. And yeah, there you go. Those are all of our po mahina. So we have the mahina as the ho'onui on the first row, and that says they're waxing. The English word is waxing when it gets bigger and starts to grow. Yeah. And then it's poi poi, or in the full moon phases. That's where we are right now. So if you look right in the middle, you'll find Mahelani. I want you to point to Mahelani, right in the middle row. Very good, Mahelani. That's where we are today, and it's the full moon. The full moon began yesterday from Hoku, and it goes into Mahelani. Okay, and then you go to the last part of the transitions of the moon, and it's called the waning or the falling of the moon, the emi. That's when it starts to get smaller. Now, the reason that I really wanted to talk about Mahelani is because Mahelani is such a fruitful moon. And so I really wanted to encourage all of you to take advantage of it. So this is how you say, today is the Mahelani moon phase. And I want you to repeat after me. I wrote it on the board behind here. And a lot of times we practice this in school. First thing we get into school, in elementary, we recognize what the moon phase is because it's so important. We're going to talk more about that. Okay, so repeat after me. Okapo,
Okapo,
Mahelani,
Mahelani,
Keia.
Keia.
Keia means this. Yeah. What is this? It's the po, or the night of, and look at that capital letter right there. That means it's the name of the moon phase. And the name of the moon phase is Mahelani. So repeat after me. I'm going to say the whole sentence, and I want you to repeat after me, okay? Okapo Mahelani Keia.
Okapo, Mahelani, Keia.
My kai. Today is the Mahelani moon phase. Now, I want you guys, like I said, to really take advantage of this moon phase. I know I did, and I tried to really make an effort to do it. So what we did was this past week, because we're home, we have so much time, I started to prune and cut my plants and make cuttings. And then I put those cuttings in a bucket and let it soak in water, like tea leaf or la'i, we call it. Crown flower, because the crown flower brings all the monarch butterflies, by the way. And they love to feed on the crown flower, and it promotes the butterflies. They make lots of cocoons and new butterflies. So I did that. And then the other plant was crotons to make pretty lei. And then we had some spinach. So I made all these cuttings, put them in a bucket. Yesterday it was pouring rain. We all know it was thunderstorming and raining in Hawaii yesterday. And I said, perfect, the ground is palu palu. The ground is soft to be planted. So the kids were like, in the rain? I said, yes, in the rain. So they went out there and they made all their lua, their puka, their holes in the ground. And they planted over 18 different plants, shrubs, trees, all those wonderful things yesterday. Because like I mentioned, yesterday was Hoku going into Mahelani, so it's the perfect time to be planting. Not just planting, it's the time where we believe that Hina, who lives on the moon, of course, who controls the tides of the moon and all those wonderful things, she's also an inspiration or spark for creativity and wonderful things to happen. So during these moon phases, we open up. We open up to all this wonderful new knowledge and experiences. Okay, so for fun, I wanted to have you guys participate with me real quick in this chat. Let me move this. Tita, can you reopen this for me? Reopen the page for me. Yeah, sorry guys, technical difficulties. There you go. Okay, so we're gonna open up the chat. And when we open up the chat, I wanted to share with you guys what I have on this board behind me. Again. And I said, Okapo Mahelani Keia. And then I had some brainstorming ideas on what I like to do on the Po Mahelani. Okay, so let's see. Kahale helimai. We're gonna make this big again. Can you make that big again for me? Sorry, we're getting technical help so I can get my big screen again. Yeah. Yay, there it is. Yay. I played in the rain right in. Oh, yay. We had fun in the rain too. All these guys got soaked in the rain yesterday. Oh, good. Nice. Meditate, clean, and refresh my space. I love that. So that's the kind of answers we want to get. So I love to create. I love to imagine. I love to write poetry, music, stuff like that during the full moon. I like to plant things. What are things that you think you're going to do today to take advantage of this beautiful Mahelani moon. We're going to write some of those ideas down. Hunting, plant palo, cook, journal, meditate. Beautiful answers. What else can we do to take advantage? Plant banana, gardening, art, write, maikai, bodyboard. Oh man, that sounds lovely right now. It's so hot in Vela. Art, compose music. Maikai. Plant instruments, cook, sit in the moonlight, bike, beach, swim, read. Beautiful, lovely answers, you guys. Tronet, I like the tronet. My husband will probably do that later on today. Kani kapila, play music and serenade our families, sing music together. Cut hair, that's a good one. We like to cut our hair on the Mahelani because just like when you plant, it promises to be fruitful. So your hair will grow back faster. Play soccer, stay up late, watch the sun. Beautiful, great answers, guys, lovely. So please, I encourage all of you to take advantage of this Mahelani moon today, okay? And do something wonderful and creative and something maybe step outside of your comfort zone and challenge yourself a little bit, right? My Kalani, can we move on? Since we're talking about the Mahelani and the Mahina, I wanted to go back to our story of Hina Kamalama. Oh, actually, before I move on, I have a really great reference. I don't have the poster, but you can order it online, and it's through Kamehameha Publishing. So they have these great calendars, and then it has like what's good on that night to plant, or what kind of fishing is good or not good. Like the ole nights are usually, you want to stay away from doing too much stuff on the ole nights. They're not really that fruitful. Or they're just more specific for different types of planting and such. So this is a great calendar. If you go to Kamehameha Publishing website, then you can order it. I used to have an old one. I don't have the new one though, but just wanted to drop that reference. Also, when we talk about the Mahelani or the moon, the Mahina, we go back to the story of Hina Kamalama, or Hina, who lives on the moon, and her rainbow colored kapa cloth. Now it's believed, again, when you see this rainbow, lunar rainbow, then Hina Kamalama, the mother of Molokai, that is her kapa colored cloth that she pounds on the moon, and she dyes in all these beautiful colors. A lot of people don't know that Hawaii actually was the most progressive or ahead in making kapa, because we were the only place in Hawaii. If you think about the migration, now we're more towards the end, but we also had a lot of more time to practice and get our kapa to a state of being just perfect. It was beautiful. It could be washed over and over. And we dyed it every color with all the plants and the beautiful things that our Aina gives us, which is what I love to do, dye things. So she dyed her kapa cloth, and it encircles the moon, and it's the night that your loved ones are closest to you. So it's a nice reminder. Now, since we're talking about the kapa lua ho'ano, or the rainbow kapa cloth of Hina, I wanted to practice our colors, our vai ho'olu'u. Now, going back to dyeing kapa cloth, the word vai ho'olu'u, if you look on the top of the screen, it says, now vai ho'olu'u. Vai means water or any type of liquid. Ho'olu'u means to dive or be immersed or pushed down inside of. So vai ho'olu'u literally is the word that means dye, like D-Y-E, to dye something. Vai ho'olu'u, and that's also the word for color. That's how important kapa and those dyes were important to our culture, that we named the word color after it. So we're gonna start from the first word, and let's just practice pronouncing, and then we'll do a mele or a song that we all kind of grew up with here, and it helps us to remind us how to pronounce these colors of the rainbow. And we also included black, white, and brown, okay, and gray. And if you look at gray, it says Hina Hina. You'll see Hina's name in there. Hina also means silvery gray, just like the moonlight. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, let's start from the top. Ula ula.
Ula ula.
Mele mele.
Mele mele.
Poni.
Poni.
Polu.
Polu.
Now, polu can also be, polu is just a transliteration of the word balu, polu. But the original word that we would use for blue is uli uli. So everyone say uli uli. Uli uli can also mean to be dark in color. Ele ele.
Ele ele.
Black. Very good. Let's go to pink, the third line. Akala.
Akala.
Akala is like a Hawaiian raspberry, so it actually makes the pink colored dye. The next one is alani,
Alani.
which is orange, and is also what you call the fruit, alani. And then we have ke'o ke'o. which is white. Now, another word to describe something that is white or light in color is kea, as in mauna kea. A lot of people say it's mauna awa kea, which is the whole name, mauna awa kea, and then shorten it's mauna kea. But you'll find other things like my daughter's name, ili kea, which is the light skin, yeah? So ili means skin, kea means a light or the fair color. So kea is another word to describe something light in color versus uli, which is dark. Now let's go to the last line, the second to the last line. Ahina hina.
Ahina hina.
Yeah. O ma'o ma'o.
O ma'o ma'o.
O ma'o ma'o comes from the color, the word for a cotton tree, the Hawaiian cotton tree that makes green dye out of its leaves. So again, we're going back to the dye reference. And the last one is maku'e, which is brown. So let's sing the song together. I'll sing it once and then we'll sing it all together. Makaukau.
I.
Oh yeah. Ula, ula, mele, mele, poni, polu, ele, ele, akala, alani, ke o, ahina, hina, oma, o, makue. Let's sing it all together. Makaukau.
I.
Oh yeah. Ula, ula, mele, mele, poni, polu, ele, ele, akala, alani, ke o, ahina, hina, oma, o, makue. Yay, my kai, we know how to say our bai ho'olu'u. Now we're going to revisit our hula about hina. And Kapili, you can just ku'ilun over here and dance it, and then I'll go on the ground and do the hula. So if you're not ready, get ready to do our hula about hina, because we're so inspired by the mahina today. Okay, so we're going to do hemeleo hina to close up our class, because the time just flies back whenever I see you guys on Tuesdays. It flies by. So let's do our hula. Everybody, makaukau. Kapili's going to stand up and do it. It's perfectly fine if you stand and do it. Okay, and I'll be on here. Makaukau. Hi. Makaukau. Hi. Mele ohina. Eli, Eli. Eli, Eli, ihola. Eli, Eli, ihola. Eli, Eli, ihola. Wapuka mai. Wapuka mai kawai. Wapuka mai kawai. Kawai kapua. Hina. Makaukau. Makaukau no. Makaukau no. Makaukau no na pua. Ehanai, 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 amolokai. Hemeleo hina. Mahalo, Kapili. Yay, you guys are looking great out there. So now we're just going to close up our class because, like I said, time just flies. Before we close up, we wanted to ask another survey out there. We wanted to know where everybody's tuning in from. Where are you tuning in from? What island are you from? What state are you from? What country are you from? Where are you? Where are all of our beautiful hawana across the honua, across our planet? Let's see. There's the poll popping up. Beautiful. Nice. Very good. Oh my gosh, all over the place. Mai kai pukalani maui, wai kato, wai lua, maui, o ahu, hilo. Yes, and you'll see the choices on the survey too. That'll be great if you could fill it out. Palolo, love palolo. All right, Hawaii, mai kai, Honolulu, o Laguna, Maili, woohoo, Eva Beach. All right, choke from Eva Beach. I love that. Washington. Yay, keep tuning in, guys. We love hearing from you guys. Lake Tahoe. Beautiful. Aloha mai kako to all of you. Kailua kona, Aotearoa, Apela aku, Okoapau. Yes, we're all learning together and growing together. Beautiful. A few more reminders. Next class, we're gonna learn in Oli about the birthing of the Moku Puni, or the islands, as reference to Papa and Wakea. Yeah, so we know the story of Pele and Namako Kahai creating the islands, but we also have other mo'olelo. So we're going to learn a little bit about that and we'll practice that. We'll also learn how to count numbers in Olelo Hawaii, and we'll begin to start conversations like, how are you doing today? And, you know, because we already learned how to greet somebody, aloha, velina, all those wonderful things. So now we're going to continue that conversation. So Mahalo again for joining us. And again, we'll send those PDFs and all those forms and the slides from today and references for the books and all that good stuff. Remember, Okapo Mahea Lani Keia, take full advantage of this beautiful Mahea Lani moon. Okay. Ahui ho, malama pono, ahui ho, malama pono, ahui ho ene, malama pono ene. Have a beautiful po Mahea Lani. Ahui ho.